What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after the conference championship where the Crusaders beat their biggest rival, the Denver Broncos, 34-24 to advance to their third Super Bowl in 4 seasons. Now, the Crusaders have not won either of the previous 2 Super Bowls we've been to, so we definitely want to avoid becoming the Buffalo Bills. You know, it's time. I feel like this is the best team we have ever had. And right now, throughout the playoffs, the Crusaders are clicking on all cylinders. Now, the last game against the Broncos could have very easily been a loss had Chaz Jenkins not gotten hurt. It was the second time this year playing us that Chaz Jenkins went down with an injury, and his backup, Lyndon McKay, was not able to get it done. You know, had we left 3 minutes on the clock for Chaz Jenkins to work with, we know what he's capable of doing. He could have easily led the Broncos down the field and scored. Instead, McKay threw an interception to Khalil Mack, and the Crusaders prevailed with the victory. All we have to do now is find out who we are playing in the Super Bowl. We've played the Eagles before and lost, and we played the Seahawks before and lost. This time it's going to be between the Eagles and the 49ers. Now, the Eagles have been a dominant team throughout this entire series, but Derek Carr went down with an injury. That is the biggest reason we let him go, was that he couldn't stay healthy. He actually got injured in the second Super Bowl against the Seahawks, and I think that's a big reason why we ended up losing that game. You know, Matt Marmarosa was not able to get it done then. So it's going to be interesting to see if Chase Daniel, the Eagles' backup quarterback, can beat a very good, very dominant 49ers team. This 49ers team has scored the most points in the NFL and allowed the least amount. They have by far been the most dominant team throughout this season. And it's definitely a team I'm kind of scared of. Let's go ahead and find out, though, who we are playing. This is going to tell us everything we need to know going into next week. Now, I do think Derek Carr will be back from injury if they manage to beat the 49ers, and they did not. The 49ers are in the Super Bowl against the Los Angeles Crusaders. Let's check out what happened, how Chase Daniel do, and as you can see, he kind of struggled. 62.8 quarterback rating, only 214 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for him. Kaepernick really didn't throw for that many yards, but that's kind of been the theme of this 49ers offense. They have been destroying teams with their run game, and that is very bad for us. I'll show you why in a minute. 94.3 quarterback rating for him, only 178 yards. Again, he really wasn't doing a whole lot through the air. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rushing the ball, though, this has been the 49ers' bread and butter all season long. 135 yards for Carlos Hyde, good for 5.6 yards a carry, 47 yards for his backup, and a touchdown for Kristen Michael. McCoy, one of the best running backs in the NFL, only 3.5 yards to carry against this 49ers defense. It's going to be interesting to see how Devin Golden stacks up. And then Colin Kaepernick ran for a touchdown as well. Receiving the ball, Vernon Davis leading the way, Greg Jennings for the Eagles, and then Aaron Fuller, a rookie wide receiver, 6'4" from Wisconsin, 243 pounds. I mean, this guy is a tank, and you know, obviously it's a target for him. Ruben Randall, 1 yard reception for a touchdown for him as well. He did get the other one. Let's go ahead and check out defense. Lindsey Miller is back and playing. I guess he just had an injury in that previous game. Sacks. No sacks on the day. Interceptions. Chris Colliver picking up 2, and Lindsey Miller got 1. Check out fumbles forced and recovered and all that jazz. See what we got here? Nothing. Oh, obviously there wouldn't be anything there. Blocks, safety, and no touchdowns. So that is pretty much going to be the team we're facing now. Again, I said it earlier, the biggest concern for me is the 49ers running game. Now, typically, the Crusaders have had a very dominant run defense. However, we are missing 3 starters here. Keegan Gibson is gone for the Super Bowl. Matthew McCown, who got injured last week, is gone for the Super Bowl. And Bola Asante is gone for the Super Bowl. Now, Bola Asante's backup rookie Roy Harris has been huge. He got a safety against the Broncos, against the Broncos. You know, he's a great backup. I feel pretty comfortable with Roy Harris. He's not Bola Asante, but I do like Harris a lot. Keegan Gibson's backup really hasn't done a whole lot. Matthew McCown's backup's all right, but the talent, the drop-off that we're facing is huge. And when we're going against the best running team in the NFL by far, and you're missing 3 of your best run defensive players, it causes a hole. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how this team fares. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the backups here. So we're going to have to move forward with Dion Ware. Dion Ware's been fine. He got a sack last week. He's a pretty good backup, but he's no Matthew McCown. Then Nicholas Holmes, you know, 65 overall. The drop-off from what we did have, it's huge. It's huge. And what I might do, let's put price here, because Dion Ware's starting in the other spot now. The drop-off is definitely huge. I'm a little concerned about how this team's going to fare against the run. You know, Carlos Hyde, Kaepernick, Michael, they've been running it all over the NFL this season. And that could bode very terribly for me and could lead us to a 3rd Super Bowl loss. Something we most certainly do not want. Let's go ahead and check out the Pro Bowl here, guys. Let's see what we got. Steve Young. Everybody knows I'm going for Steve Young's team. And then Emmitt Smith. And look at this. Emmitt Smith, the Cowboy, is taking the 49er player. Come on, Young. You can't allow him to get the 49er guy. You for serious right now? What is that? Steve Young took A.J. McCarron. Interesting choice. Derek Carr, DeJon Galvin, Chaz Jenkins, Johnny Manziel. Alright, Steve Young knows what's up. He did get Devin Golden and then LaShawn McCoy, who again struggled against that 49ers defense on the other side. So it's going to be interesting to see if Golden can stack up. Adrian Peterson, Le'Veon Bell, Doug Martin, and Carlos Hyde. Bruce Miller. Alright, he's stacking up the 49ers now. And then Chauncey Green is on Team Emmitt. Oh, come on, man. Tolbert and Sherman. Wide receivers, you got Demaryius Thomas, A.J. Green, Jameson for the Panthers there, Sammy Watkins, Mike Evans, Torrey Smith, Jawan Sellers, Matt Ward, who had a Pro Bowl season with the Jaguars, I believe he signed with, Craig, who I believe is another Panthers wide receiver, if I'm not mistaken, Justin Blackman, Brandon Marshall, and Eric Decker. No Crusaders on the list. Tight ends, Gronk and Jared Cook, Gresham and Vernon Davis. We should see quite a few of our... Julius Thomas and Cameron. We should see a few of our guys here. Reef making the list. Levitre making the list. Let's see. Our centers there. Daniel Kilgore. Appalachian State, baby. Gabe Jackson on the list. Yeah, I mean, we have a ton of players. And Ivan Guy. So all 5 of our offensive linemen making the list. And that's because our running game has been phenomenal all season. In fact, I would bet you that the rest of the guys here are 49er players. I don't know about those. I know obviously EU Potty is. I don't think Marcus Martin is with the 49ers in this game anymore. Daniel Kilgore, I believe, still is, though. I think Long is on the 49ers. Anthony Davis, obviously. So it's the same thing on the other side. They have the other guys. Junior Gillette, J.J. Watt, Hayward, and Sutton, Irvin. And then there you have it. Matthew McCown, you know, he made the Pro Bowl as a starter, and unfortunately for us, he is injured for the Super Bowl. That's definitely a big blow. Same with Keegan Gibson. I mean, we're missing 2 Pro Bowl starters right now going into the biggest game of the year. Khalil Mack is going to make the list. Love seeing that. We already knew that was going to happen, though, but still, it's nice to see. Raynard Ray not going to make the cut. I thought he had a pretty good season for us. And Bola Asante making the list as the backup right outside of linebackers. So missing 3 Pro Bowl players going into the Super Bowl, that's never good, especially considering they match up our opponent's strength. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Anybody else on... Did I skip over? Nope. Nobody in the secondary is going to make the list. We do have Chase Cross and Marquette King from our special teams. Chase Cross has been phenomenal, including the opening kickoff, returning it for a touchdown against the Patriots. And then Marquette King, obviously we knew he'd make the list as well. Guys, that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button. We have made the Super Bowl once again. We're going up against my favorite team, the San Francisco 49ers. They have already won the Super Bowl during this series. It'll be interesting to see if they can bring home a second one. And look at that. Offensive ranked 1, defensive ranked 1. It's not going to be easy, guys, but it's going to be a good time. Hope to see y'all there. I'm Sneaky P, and I'll catch you next time. Later.